All right. Well, the last game of the season coming up on Sunday. And we kind of hoped, or maybe not hoped, we thought, this season may come down, the division may come down to the last game versus the Saints. Now, I don't think either one of us envisioned that the season would have been so shitty the way it's kind of went. And I think that's
Mhm.
for both fan bases. I think the Saints expected themselves, Saints fans expected them to be better. We obviously expected the Falcons to be better. But here we both are needing a win and needing some help from the damn Panthers to get into the playoffs. But hey, what the hell, man? Let's talk about it.
Let's
Episode
go.
154. Let's go. And welcome in, folks, to episode 154 of Out of Your Falcon Mind, Atlanta Falcons fan cast. My name is John. If you're new here, my name is John, your host, and my co-host, Mr. Mike Cottrell. What's going on,
Man,
buddy?
if you don't know John's name by now, you on the wrong channel. Then you stumble here by accident, but stay. That's all we say. If you don't know who
Exactly.
John is, you stumble here by accident, but stay. That's John. I'm Mike. Out of your Falcon mind. Last game of the season, but not the last episode. Okay.
Absolutely
We
not.
continue
Nope.
through playoffs, through storms, through anything. It could be like an alien invasion. We will go live and we will live stream it. And we will tell you how the aliens taking over.
Man, and look, we're coming to you here live on Variety Sports Network in the Clutch Studios. Actually, we are not live. It's actually
No.
the first non-live show we've done in over a year,
Yeah.
actually. So this is like now for all of you that don't know, we started off just doing this on Zoom, and we would throw that up on YouTube and get like 2 views, and then but we were mostly focusing on like the actual podcast platform. So we were more focused on audio, not really the visual. So when we got on with Variety Sports, they have obviously access to StreamYard. So now we had access to StreamYard. So we started putting more emphasis into our live shows.
Mhm.
And as we got more subscribers and more viewers, we just kept doing it because we have such a good time doing it. We love the chat. The chat's awesome. They're here. They bring it every week. Good
Mhm.
energy, man. It's just always fun. And this week we just could not get it. We just had work was a pain in the ass for both of us.
Yeah.
Just trying to get it scheduled, and then for y'all that don't know, I've got a new puppy in the house, and
Mhm.
uh, my wife works. My son's in school. He has baseball as well. Yes, I know it's January, but he has its off season. Can trust me,
Mhm.
it's a whole deal. But so here we are. We're just going to record this session. We're going to record this episode here. We'll get it out, and then we are going to live stream the second half of the game on Sunday.
Mhm.
And then that'll just run right into our recap show right afterwards. So it's just so
Mhm.
you guys know that. And like I said, man, I just wanted to welcome in. This is a great time to welcome in new viewers because, again, we're not live. And I know 23 was an awesome year for us. We gained almost 75% of our subscribers in 23.
Mhm.
So a lot of folks are new. They haven't been with us the whole time, which is great. So again, man, we typically during the season, we run shows on Mondays and Thursdays. And that sometimes will change depending on, again, my kid's baseball schedule. We try to
Mhm.
be flexible there. But we do a preview show and a recap show. And during the off season, we keep it going, man. We'll record a show at least a week during the playoffs. If some shit goes down with a certain coach or whatever, we'll definitely come on and do a show about that.
Mhm.
Um, and then of course, free agency, we're all into that. We'll start doing draft profiles probably in late February, I'm guessing, maybe
Mhm.
mid-February. Start searching out, obviously we're going to be doing that. Well, we will live stream the draft, more than likely with our buddies from the New Millennium Falcons podcast.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
and then we'll keep going through the summer right into
Mhm.
the year. So it's a year-round deal here for us, man. And we love it. We have a great time doing it. We appreciate the support.
Mhm.
And so if you are here, if you could do us a solid, man, and like the video, because it just helps us get out to more Falcons fans, man. It helps us get more eyes on the channel, helps us grow, all that good stuff. And it takes about half of a second, and it's it means the world to us. And if you haven't already subscribed, man, drop a subscription. We much appreciate it. We try to bring you the best content that we can. Like we said before in the last show or the show before that, man, there's so many great Falcons content creators. We just appreciate y'all checking us out and being one of the ones that you guys watch or listen to every week. Anyway, dude, I was saying about the puppy. So for folks that don't understand or never had a puppy, I'm trying to explain, like, it's like having a toddler but on crack cocaine.
Yeah.
Like it's like you don't know. I mean, really, it is, because if he's not asleep, he's like, okay, what shit can I chew on? What have I not chewed on yet? Where is somebody's shoes? That door frame looks cool. That chair looks cool. Your ankle looks cool. Like everywhere. He's off the fucking walls, like everywhere. And you have to keep an eye on him wherever he's going. So it's a nonstop thing. You know, like I said, my wife works now. She works from home, which is also hard because, you know, unless he's sleeping, she's hard for her to get any work done. Cause like literally he's just bouncing. And then you got to go potty, you know, when's the potty break's going to happen? But he's been great, dude. Like he's actually started telling us when he wants to go out, which is like today, 0 accidents. And we've only had him for what? Not even just about a week.
Yeah.
Kane's killing it, man. So, and if you guys want to follow Kane, my wife actually started an Instagram page.
I love it.
Escapades. It's escapades _of _Lord _Kane. Escapades of Lord
Johnny
Kane.
Yates, slow that down. Johnny Yates, slow that down, buddy.
Escapades _of _Lord, as in the Lord _Kane.
All right.
His AKC, like his registered AKC name is Lord Kane. Like, because you have to do like a registered name.
Yeah.
Like Murphy was Sir Murphy. Like Sir Murphy something. Like, so you have to do, we were like, well, fuck, I don't know what to do for Kane. So we just did like Lord Kane. So,
I love it, man.
So, but yeah. Anyway, man. So also I should mention, if you guys are listening to us on Spotify or iTunes or really anywhere that allows you to leave a 5-star review, go ahead and hit that 5-star review as well, because that helps us grow on those platforms. And we're going to keep putting it out on both platforms, because I know myself, I try to catch like the guys that we like to watch on YouTube. I try to catch as much as I can, but when we're out working or just in general, man, I'll throw them on if they're on the Spotify or iTunes. I'll throw it on there and listen. It's just as easy, you know. So that works out, man. Hey, and quick shout out. I told you last week that somebody bought a coffee mug. Our first coffee mug that we sold. It was Hopefully, man. It was Wade. Hopefully.
That's my man.
So he bought he bought a Alzheimer's shirt, and he made a $25 donation as well to the cause. So, and if y'all don't know, we have a merch store. It's bonfire.com / out of your Falcon Mind, with a dash in between out of your Falcon, each word of out of your Falcon Mind. And it'll be in the link in the description of this video. But we have, of course, it's our logo that you see on the screen here for shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs. But we also did a one for Alzheimer's. So basically, the majority of the funds go to Alzheimer's research. If y'all don't know, I lost my dad to that. And so it's near and dear to my heart. And it's a purple shirt, because that's just the official color for that. And we did it during the Alzheimer's Awareness Month, but I figured we'd leave it up there, man. And
it got to be permanent. It has to be permanent.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully his mom's going through the same thing. And so he wanted to support the cause. And so shout out to Hopefully, shout out to his mom. That's a difficult thing to go through, man. And I wish you nothing but the best. It's a difficult thing for sure.
Man, and I gotta say, he has supported us like those super chat. I don't care if you send us $5, man. That the gesture means so much to us that you went above and beyond. He goes above and beyond on a regular basis for us, and that's it's just my man. That's just my man with 20 grand. So he above and beyond. He delight. He be in the chat. He leave us a review. Like he's a great friend of the show. Like that's my man. So just shout out to him and everything, man. He supported us in every possible way he could. So I will never forget that. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, man. Absolutely agree, man. All right. So, and to get the energy back up now, which that was good energy, but I just wanted to.
It was. Hold on. Before we start, let me give a shout out to my man Archangel. Okay, because not only is he hilarious on TikTok, which I always say y'all gotta go. He do good bad, but he just steal the face off of Desmond Ritter or the coach, and he put it on a ridiculous scene from a movie, and it's always hilarious. But he is going into the Lions Den. I tell you, if you travel for Falcons football, I'll give you props. But if you go down to New Orleans, you going into the Lions Den, you might have to fight. Oh, you might have to fight. You might have to get into an argument. It may be unsafe. I just told him, man, stay with the crowd, stay where it's lit. Don't go on no back streets. I've been there several times. It's a great time, great food, great music, and all that. But you don't want to get to wandering. Those people are weird and predatory. So you want to be with a group, and you want to be where it's lit, and it'll be the greatest experience. It's his first time going down there. But I always say like that is, and he gonna be in the front. So I'm gonna try to screen record the game so we can get a glimpse of him. He gonna be wearing a big ass Falcons hat. He got a flag. He went all white.
Oh, I love it.
We should be able to see him on the broadcast, and I cannot wait to see it. But shout out to him because that's a whole different animal. It's like going to the Eagle Stadium and you're not being a Philly fan. You might have to fist fight. Yep. So shout out to you, buddy. Stay safe, be sober, and don't get into nothing, man. Be out of your fault. I love you, buddy.
Damn right, man. Shout out to Ark and everybody that's going to the game there. That's a Falcons fan. So, and while we're doing shout outs, man, Jesse Bates, Chris Lindstrom, Pro Bowl selections. I mean, it was kind of a no-brainer, right? That both those guys, Jesse Bates should be all pro, much less a pro bowler. I mean, like best safety in the league. Phenomenal year. And Chris Lindstrom just, a couple of shaky things here or there, but man, it's still just a damn good right guard. So congrats to those guys for making it in, man. And we talked a little bit about the.
Hold on. If Koo hadn't at the end, he would have been a shoo-in. He just had a little trouble at the end, but it's shoo-in, buddy. I love you.
Yeah, man. And then update on the CP drama that we spoke about on the recap show on Tuesday. So y'all that don't know, CP had retweeted a tweet saying that he wasn't, upset with being used or not used properly this year. And then, he said he responded to Myles Garrett and was like, well, should I be happy with it? So Mike Rothstein asked Arthur Smith this week at the press conference if he had heard it or seen it. And here's the thing. Yes, of course he has heard about it because they have PR people. Every team does, right? So there's no way in hell they're letting Arthur walk out on stage without going, hey, you're probably gonna get asked about this from CP. Like this, and he's probably already had a discussion with it. So he said he doesn't live his life through a screen and has real human conversations with CP, despite what might be posted online. And that was just kind of, paraphrasing some of it. And then he went on to say maybe he should get with what's his name, Taylor Lewan, and figure out how to go online and be angry or whatever, get after people in the offseason. Maybe that's what he should do in the offseason, like kind of smugly, saying that. I'm like, number one, it's a legitimate question, dude. Like that's what your player put out there in the public, so you're going to get asked about it. And so your job's kind of on the line, so maybe not be an ass, maybe. I mean, just answer the question. You could have stopped it right there. You could have said, we have some real life conversations. Me and CP are fine, and move on. But no, he had to go on a little bit farther. And like before, like, look, some of his little quips before hasn't really bothered me. I'm like, I don't mind, because I like sarcasm. I like kind of being, a little edginess to him, But when you're not doing well and you haven't lived up to expectations, maybe cut that shit out.
Yeah.
And just kind of and like I said, Mike Rothstein somebody had to ask the question.
Yeah.
They're not doing their job if they're not. So just, I don't know. It just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like, dude, like, this is not the time, man. Like
we all love swag and anything you do. If you got a little swagger to it, we love it. But when you losing and you got swag, it's just almost disgusting. Like, if you're not good at something and you still got swag, we all wonder where it came from, why it's happening, why you doing it. And again, like, when I criticize him, I say he's not good at a lot of areas of coaching. Well, that's one of them. Like John said, he could have nipped that in the bud, man. I talked to him. So that's just social media. He probably was frustrated, but I talked to him. We are good. We're going to try to use him. We have talked. We are all good. And the next question, could have nipped it, but then it's like he just gave him more to write about. So
yeah. Oh yeah. It was Will Compton. He said, maybe I should get with Will Compton or Taylor Wan and figure out how to get after people online or something like that. And I'm like, in the offseason, he said, I'm like, you may have a lot of time on your hands on the offseason. So you might want to just chill
have a lot. Yeah. You may have a lot of time to do that. He might be a content creator. He could have a TikTok. You might be, and I doubt any other team is staring at you like he need to be our head coach. You might be a TikToker come off season, buddy.
Yeah. Well, and so I listened to a little bit. I can't finish it yet, but Will McFadden, our buddy Will from Believe in the Falcons.
Will, shout out to Will, man. That's
we got to have him back on soon. We've been going back and forth. We got to have him back on soon.
That's
but he had Mark Zeno on from 929 the game, and he may be the only person in Atlanta that's like staunchly behind Arthur, like to keep him on. And he said it 100 times, and he said on there that maybe the fans and the folks that want him gone sped up the timeline. And he said that, we all knew, his words were, we all knew this would be an 8 to 10 win season. Now that's not what we said. And that's not what a lot of folks said. I get that, we may have been like 12 wins. What I said is I knew that was 12 wins would have been everything goes right. Because again, you're betting on a 3rd round quarterback or Taylor Heineke to be average, if not better than average, and you're assuming that Art's going to do his job as a play caller, and that the running game is going to do well. Which, by the way, we're 8th in the league in rushing, so it's not like it's just fell off a cliff. We're not as good as last year, but we're still a top 10 rushing team. Expecting your playmakers to do their jobs as well, right? So that to me was like, and the schedule, which. We've said before, we hate playing the schedule game here because it's the NFL and anything can happen. The Cardinals just but they beat the Eagles. The Cardinals beat us. So it's anything can happen, but there are clearly games that you should be favored in. There are clearly teams that you should beat. And those are teams that we lost to this year that just there was no excuse for. And there was a combination of things that caused those. So there, if you look at it and you look at why we're where we're at, to me, that's the more indicative thing. It's not the fact that, okay, if we do end with 8 wins, like, to me, that's not a success. Like, it's one game better. When you did your defense just got markedly better from last season. And you upgraded your running back situation, which was already good. You upgraded it there. You supposedly upgraded your wide receiver position, which we didn't really see, to be honest. Mike Collins was a non-factor. Jefferson was a non-factor. Drake did his thing, of course. Kyle Pitts, kind of a non-factor. We'll talk about Kyle in a little bit. So it was just, Jonnu Smith. I mean, he was more effective, to be honest, in some cases. So to me, like, I don't know, like 10 wins would have been, you win a division. And I don't think people would have been that upset about it. They'd have been like, okay, that's 3 games better. We're winning the division. We're going to the playoffs. All right, fine. But it's not what we did. And I didn't think 10 wins was a lofty expectation. I thought that was kind of like bare minimum.
Reasonable,
like, when you won 7 with that crew last year, you should win 10 this year. Like, I just thought that was reasonable. So, I mean, I respect Mark and I like him on the radio, but man, I couldn't disagree more, man. I just, and we've talked about it. Yeah, it's not necessarily his play calling or anything like that, but there's a reason why they are the way they are. And we said it last week on the last show 2 days ago. The offense is a mess. It's a fucking mess. And trust me, I'm not doing an all 22 this week because I don't have time. Number one. Number two, if I did have time, I still wouldn't fucking do it because it's a waste of my damn time. I would never get that time back trying to edit and record some just shitty football. That's all it was. And the defense was not good for the first time. Basically, like, as a whole, it wasn't good for the first time in the season, basically. They didn't keep us in the game. And I promise you, like, that was the worst quarterbacking job by a Falcons quarterback that I've seen, and I don't know how long. I honestly don't know. And it's not. I'm not trying to hate on Taylor or anything like. It was just objectively bad, man. And our Alan Stark from the Falcoholic had tweeted out, according to PFF, Heineke was 4 for 11 off of play action, and 7 for 20 when kept clean. Like, you can't do that, man. You cannot, and you can't use the others. Like, Weather's not when you see Fields doing what he did, well, you can't use Weather. Weather's not an option. It was just bad, dude. Like, he's not been good in any start. So, I mean, people are worried about who's going to start this, and they really don't matter.
Yeah. No, I mean, I want to say this too. Like, shout out to Mark, but I think that I watch so many people that are unable to be fluid with the situation. It's like it's like Republicans and the Democrats. It's like I dug my feet in, so whatever happens, like it's going off the rails, and you still a Republican, but you see they wrong. You see it's going off the rails, and you just can't say they wrong because you picked a side already. And I feel like that's what people did with Atlanta. It's like if you like, I saw so many people who just supported Desmond. And even when he was tanking, it was like, no, he's still. And it's like, dog, it's cool to say, dog, I was wrong. Or it's the same thing with Taylor. Is you can't say that he played well. That was a horrific performance. You look like you don't even need to be a backup in the NFL no more. And that's my guy. But you got to be honest with what you're seeing. What's the fluid. And the same thing with the coach. If you supported the coach, dog, you can change your mind based on new circumstances and information. You can do that. Like I didn't know that. Now I know this. Therefore, I have a difference of perspective. It's nothing wrong with that. And it don't make you a disloyal Falcon fan. I think so many people think that if you say, I don't want the court or I want whoever fired, they be like, well, that's not you're supposed to support the team. And I don't support anything blindly. I don't support any man. It brought a single tear. It brought a single tear to my eye when I had to get Matt Ryan with the calls. I didn't want to do it. I did. It brought a single tear came down my face because I'm like, I cannot believe I'm doing this, but I had to do it. And it's like, it's nothing wrong with doing that. So I just think so many people have chosen who they like, and they just gonna be like, I can't double back. And because there are people who got. If you tweet it, there are people who screenshot your tweets and they got receipts, and you feel like I don't want to switch from what I said because then it's gonna mean I was wrong. It's nothing wrong with saying this did not play out the way I thought it would play out, and I have a difference of opinion now. I don't want Taylor to be our third string quarterback, and I just was saying he should be the starter about 6 weeks ago. I was saying, you should let him take the reins, and now don't even have. He should not be the water boy, the ball boy. He shouldn't be the guy who snaps the ticket at like the turn stop. He shouldn't be in the building. And I love him to death as a person. I will buy him a beer. I will hang with him. We can go to the club, all that. You don't need to be a Falcon, and nor does Desmond Ritter, and nor does the coach. So it's nothing wrong with saying I'm still the biggest fan ever. Sorry, Mark, but you got to be able to call what you see, man. And it's not good coaching. It's not good quarterback play. Sorry, buddy.
No, and Mike and I both, like, we try to stay objective about it because, like, for us, like, it's all about the team. Like, we've had our favorite players, and we both will tell you, like, we're going to defend Matt until the day we die.
Oh, man.
It's because, look, especially, we're both 41. We saw really some folks grew up like right when Vic started, right? And they went straight from Vic, had that little shitty in between there with Harrington and, and Kitten and whatever. Then Matt came in. And then you get spoiled, man. You get spoiled with really good quarterback play. And we've been fans since 89, 90, and like Uncle Steve and those guys had seen worse than we had seen, because they've been watching before we were. So, like, you have to appreciate it when you got it, So we're going to defend Matt forever. But we're also like, we weren't really doing our show during his time here either way. So we still would have been objective. Like, if he went out and shit the bed, we still have been like, Matt, you got to be. That's on you, buddy. Like, we still would have said like, that's it. But we both hung on to, like, dude, I was on Richie Grant train forever. Like, man, Richie's going to get it, man. Richie's going to get it. Then like you with Dion last year, didn't want to see Dion going down, or Dion Jones. You're like, no, man, I'm not seeing it. But like, like you said, it's fine to change your mind. Like, when I tweet out stuff, like, dude, I'm sure that I don't know how many bookmarks there are when I tweeted out, we whooping some ass this year, with the fucking Arthur Smith on there with his damn mustache looking all, 1980-ish. And I'm like, and I'm sure I'll get some responses after this, and that's fine. I will write back, yep, what an asshole. Like, what idiots, you know what I mean? Like, because who cares? It is what it is, man. But I heard that today, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I respect you, buddy, but I can't agree with you on it. I just expect that when you chose the quarterback you chose, and or the situation you chose. Like you did it. You guys put yourselves in this situation, so that's part of it. The fact that it didn't work out. Yeah, it's on the players, but who picked the players, man? Like who did that? So like that's.
And I gotta point out what you see on the field. There's no way you don't attribute that to coaching. If what was happening was the players were dropping passes and the players were fumbling, then you could say, well, the players are. But when the players are running into each other and they don't know what the play is, and they missing blocks because they don't know what the block, who to block. That's all come from coach. And when time management is fun, that's all coaching. So these are coaching mistakes. You cannot get around it. The quarterback choosing the quarterback wrong 3 straight times, that's a coaching mistake. These aren't player mistakes that, yes, we see some player mistakes, but the bulk of the issues that we see come from poor coaching. Has to do with direct coaching mistakes. So it's no way around it. And again, when that guy drank that beer in the locker room, he had me sold just that fast. 100%. I'm easy to sell. Oh, I'm easily sold. Like Taylor Heineke, he was kind to me at training camp. I'm sold. You know what I'm saying? That's all. He came to me. Yeah, I spoke to him. We took a picture together. I'm sold right then and there. So it's easy to sell me, but it's also easy for me to turn on your ass if what you sold me was defective. And man, that me and John, we're gonna cut our mustache because we talking about if we go 4 games in a row. We was all thinking we gonna start off 6 games, 5 games in a row winning. Like we was all planning on the win. So to hear people say now that we wasn't, when we went and got Bijan, everybody thought, man, we might be making a serious run to do something. Nobody was saying we gonna win 8 games. Nobody was saying that when the year started. No one was, because we did that last year with a bum squad. So when we got all these new players, nobody was predicting the same performance, buddy. No, just be real. Nobody was saying, I think we gonna do the same as we did last year.
Maybe eke out one more game.
Maybe one more win. Nobody thought that. We thought we gonna show the world. I remember if y'all play like week 1, I don't even remember, but I know I was talking Super Bowl. I know I was like, man, we gonna show the world that we not playing. It's time to respect Atlanta. I probably was going on several rants, and I'm still gonna go on one if we make the playoffs. I'm going another.
Absolutely. Damn right. But so anyway, just wanted to throw that out there because, like I said, I heard it on there with Will. But shout out to Will, man, doing great work over there. Believe in Falcons. And there are a few rumors, and they're just rumors, and they could be total bullshit. But
let's talk rumors, Johnny Yates. Give me some juicy rumors, Johnny Yates.
Just 2 of them. Just 2. That that potentially Eric Bieniemy may be on the short list for an interview with the Falcons. If that's
true, a good rumor. I like that rumor.
Hey, and you know what? I mean, he's had several interviews over the years and has not gotten the jobs, and I don't know why. I mean, none of us know why. It could be an issue. It could be something he said, something he could rub the owners the wrong way. I have no idea. I don't know. But there's no question he can run a damn offense. Now can you coach a team? Well, who knows? But he's on. If that's true, then all right. I'm down. And also, Bill Belichick was reportedly on the short list or linked to a certain NFC South team. They didn't say which one. They said a team in the NFC South. So it could be us. It could be the Panthers. If the Bucks lose, they could fire Todd Bowles. He could be gone. Dennis Allen may be gone. Like every coach in the fucking South could possibly.
Yeah,
we don't know, which is just sad. But I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. So I said a few weeks ago, I'm out on Belichick. The man's 72. He's a defensive guy. I don't know what that would mean for Nielsen if he comes in. He's. I don't know. I wouldn't want that personally. I'm more than sold on Nielsen, not just because of what he did with the defense, but like his energy he brings, the attitude he's got, like just like everything about the dude. Like I'm sold on Nielsen, so I want him to be here regardless of who the head coach is. So, but anyway, I just want those are 2 that are out there, and there's going to be a shit ton more of these rumors that come out that people throw out there that either their source or they just throw out there just for engagement alone. It could be, it's going to be like that until who knows when. We may look. We'll know next Monday, right? Black Monday it'll be the day after Sunday. So, I mean, we'll find out if we're going to be talking about those potential coaches or not. And I tend to think, dude, Arthur Blank already knows what he's going to do. Don't
I
you?
know he does. Hey, dog, I'm gonna be honest. I was talking to Ark today, and he had sent me something saying that sources close to Arthur saying that he gonna keep the coach,
Mm-hmm.
and it just made me depressed. But I'm gonna be honest, man. I have so much faith in that owner because he's older. Bill Belichick is actually a good friend of his and all that, and him and like the owner over there, what's his name, Robert Kraft, are like best
Right.
friends. But I believe he'll seize the moment. I believe he'll do the right thing. I think he's made a few blunders, and that's
Mm-hmm.
natural. I think there's not a person in the league who has a team who hasn't messed up. So he's just a human. But I believe him to do. I think he'll seize this moment and fire the coach and bring. I think he already talking to someone. He know what he's gonna do. He know what he's gonna do, and I think the coach is gonna go. I think the coach is gonna go.
Yeah, I mean, he's
So,
had he's got 3 seasons under his belt, so I don't know why one game, particularly this game, would just.
yeah.
I mean, it depends. Now, look, he may have in his mind that he's going to keep him, and if we lay an egg like we did last week, maybe that does change it. Maybe that's like, okay, you know what, we can't go out like this. 2 weeks in a row, the team's quit, whatever. Like maybe that happens, but I tend to believe whether it's he stay and what you said about those. I've read things that say that there's like I forgot who it was. If it was Lockenfora, maybe I think it was Jason Lockenfora that had reported that it would be shocking if Art was kept. So it's like, I mean,
You don't know, yeah.
you don't know what's going to happen, and and to me, we said it all year long too. Like if we make the playoffs, then you got to keep him. And I've been thinking about that more and more, and I'm like, but do you though? Like,
I don't
it's like
know.
it's
You
like
don't.
because it's still you're making it
But
because
not
you're
if
in a
you
terrible.
stumble in.
Yeah, you
You
stumble in. It's a
stumble
terrible
in.
division. A terrible division. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't change. It doesn't change what happened during the regular season. Um, I don't. To me, I don't know. To me, that's not even going to matter, man. I mean,
Dog, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that if you have a job anywhere and they tell you, man, you are screwing up and you gotta change because there's like some cuts gonna come and you could go. If you straighten up the last 2 weeks, I don't know that the boss is impressed to keep you. I mean, it's
right.
good you straightened up when we
Yeah.
threatened you, but I don't think it overcomes 3 years of you being late to work, you taking long lunch breaks, you not turning stuff in on time. That don't the 2 weeks you got perfect attendance, you've been on task. You just nah, man. You don't get to come in at the end and straighten up and then keep your job. And like I said, you didn't have 1 year because that was unfair. You didn't have 2 years because you didn't get groceries. 3 years is a good sample size for you to get let go from a job.
Yeah. And what's sad, man?
It's fair. It's fair.
Right. And what's sad is if he would have made a different decision on the quarterback, he probably would have been fine. Like if he had a better quarterback, whoever that possibly could have been. I mean, I'm not saying I don't even know at this point. I mean, but if that was the
I don't
case, he's probably
understand this, but John proved that through his all 22. So I know
yeah.
that because I am a person that you couldn't convince, man. This coach gotta go. This it's solely you. And what John proved through all 22, if y'all haven't seen it, just if you get some time, just see it once he's done. Some of the play calling was okay. And like the quarterback just don't even look at the wide open man. It's a touchdown. He didn't even look over it. It's a touchdown. Wide open man running up. And you didn't even look over that side. And that has happened every game, if you believe it or not. I'm not
Every
exaggerating.
game.
Every game we missed touchdowns where the play was called correctly. It's a man running up the sideline wide open, and the quarterback is not even looking in that direction.
Yep.
So with that being said, some of the stuff is not his fault, to be fair.
I mean, yeah, guys, he's like, there's every game. Look, and there's every game, and you can say this for almost every coach as well. Like I've watched if you watch other teams, like which I do during the season, like I love Mike McDaniels down in Miami. There's calls,
that's one of my
dude,
favorite coaches.
love
Like,
his ass, love his ass. And there's calls he's made. I'm like, what the fuck? And like that happens no matter what the coach is. Shanahan, same way. So like every coach in every team is going to make call plays during the games to make the fan base go, what the hell? So and Art did too. And unfortunately, like I think I said it a few shows ago, it's like when Art called a really good play, it wasn't executed. When he called a bonehead play, it may have been executed, but not really well or whatever. Like it could never just line up, like rarely was it just like, oh shit, like the Jonnu throwback long touchdown or long, I don't think it was a touchdown, but it was almost touchdown. Like that was one of the few things just like, oh man, that was really drawn up really well, executed perfectly, boom. And like we've seen a few of those, but just not enough, and and so yeah, the play calling, like I said, I have a less of a problem. The Bears game was actually called really well. It just was not executed at all. Yeah, dude. It was just something else. But so we'll see, man. Like I said, we're going to have if something does happen on Monday, even though we are going to record Sunday, then we will come on Monday at some point and we will talk about it. If Art does in fact let go.
Yeah. No, but and I want to tell y'all this too. When we play like we played on Sunday, I'm not, and John is not really that inspired to do the content for that week. If you notice, I didn't drop no video this week, and John didn't either. It's because it's nothing but criticism, and sometimes I don't feel like doing that. When we playing bad consistently, I'm not gonna do the same. I'm doing the same thing every week at that point.
Right.
He didn't do this, and he got to play better. I would be giving catch up to the same person every week. I'm not. That's boring to me. So if I can make it funny and exciting and it's gonna be different, I have no problem with the content. But if all I'm gonna do is drag my team, I don't. We all saw the game. I don't need to pile on to that.
No,
that's just what it is. So if you paying attention and you see that we did, because it was some people asking us, how come it was nothing this week? And I'm like, dog, did you see the game? Just rewind. I don't know that you want to. I'm cool with just doing the podcast this week and do. I just can't. It was nothing to say that it was no jokes to be made. And I've joked on the team. I'm not gonna keep joking on the team. I don't want to keep doing the same joke repeatedly or the same content repeatedly. So they gotta switch something up so I can switch something up. I'm not gonna drag tail. It hurt me. I don't want to do it. And I don't want to do it to Desmond again. I've already done it to him enough. I'm not doing any more with him. I piled on him, so I'm not doing that no more. I've dragged Taylor. I'm not doing that no more. And I've got the coach. So it's nothing else to do. So that's why we didn't do anything.
Yeah, like you said, it gets boring and repetitive, and nobody gets tired of hearing it. And I mean, we don't want to keep doing it. It just makes no sense. But all right. So getting on to the Saints game coming up, like we said,
Saints, baby. What a way to end the season, John Yates. Let's turn it up.
And like the thing that'll suck bad is if we do lose and the Panthers do win and the Saints win a division, like that's gonna hurt. Like it's like, I mean, long term it may be necessary for the Falcons possibly, but right. I mean, but
hurt in the moment.
It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck because you're gonna, like you said, we're gonna have
we getting dragged online.
Oh, gonna get dragged big time. Yeah, big time. I mean,
they gonna get
and listen, our boy Chris Howard, I reached out to Chris to see if he wanted to come on with us because he's, and then for y'all, anybody knew, Chris is a really good friend of ours, Saints fan from Louisiana. He's been on the show before whenever we played the Saints, and he has the flu. He's been out of work since like last week. I guess the flu's going around right now, so shout out to Chris. Hope he gets better. But we're going to have him on and talk about it. But
dog, the only cool Saints fan I've ever met. True story.
Absolutely. And he told me just to drop a who dat for him, and I said, "Well, dude, if it makes a certain outcome happen, I might just do that."
Yeah.
But obviously just joking. Because that's the thing. Like I'm never like during the game, we're not going to be rooting for the Saints during the game ever against us ever.
Never.
Like period. No. Like I said last on the show on Monday or Tuesday, if we lose, okay. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be like crying because, again, we all adults here. We all know the situation with the team. You got to be able to see a little bit past the game, right? So, like, that's the point. So, anyway, Right. So looking at the injury report, man, the biggest one on the Saints really is Kamara. Hasn't participated both days. So if he's possibly out, that's huge for us because it
That's
doesn't.
huge. Yep.
I mean,
That's a bad man.
Yep, every time. Tight end Juwan Johnson was limited. Lonnie Johnson, safety, did not participate. Nephi Sewell did not participate. Landon Young, tackle, did not participate. Kendra Miller, limited, which is the backup to Kamara. A.T. Perry with an illness, another big receiver there, so we'll have to keep track of that. Alave was limited, he'll be fine, he'll play. Eric McCoy was limited, he'll play. That's theirs. For us, Calais, he was back out there today. Drew Dahlman did not participate today. Neither did DeMarco Helms in concussion protocol, nor did Mike Hughes, also in concussion protocol. CP was on rest. He was back. Troy Anderson was activated and ready to come back.
John told me that. I almost flipped out my seat, man. That was good one, Troy. I want to see you back at least last time. Buddy.
He's been limited today and yesterday, so we'll see if he actually gets back on the field. I know they don't probably want to risk anything if it's not.
He may not, or just sparingly, just to see.
Right. Zach Harrison limited with the knee. Taylor Heineke, obviously, we already know, limited with an ankle. So really don't know. And we're not trying to be funny, but it really doesn't matter who starts at quarterback. It just does not matter. Both guys, like I said, I think from what we've seen, Ritter's been better because it's just what we've seen this year. So Ritter might be the better choice. But he's already beat the Saints.
Yeah. Man, I want to say with Taylor too. Shout out to you for being tough because you was clearly hurt on Sunday. He was limping. He was injured. But I would have preferred you take your ass out the game. Because you was, I mean,
he did, but it was late. It was late.
Yeah, I got all the praise if you play injured in the NFL because that's dangerous because you can make it 20 times worse. But I would have preferred you say you took yourself out in that one instance. But it don't matter who the quarterback is. I expect nonsense from anybody. Like, I'm not being funny. John tweeted this, and I mean this wholeheartedly. I wouldn't be mad if they put Logan in. Yeah. I wouldn't. It would be, to me, I'm like, I don't know that you could do if he throw 2 interceptions, I'd be like, with the starter, he'd have done that. Like the backup would have probably done that, and the third string would have done that. So there's no way I could say he played way worse. But I'm gonna be honest. I never thought I'd say this, but this is how bad the season is gone. I think you start Desmond Ridder.
I do too.
I think you start because just one last time to prove to just one last time.
Whatever you got, dude.
Whatever you got to keep a job as a backup or you know Taylor's not it. Young, you've had too much time in this league. You've proven what you were.
Yep.
Damn, I hate to say what I just said. Damn, that hurt me to say. And the thing with like Logan, you're pretty much a third string or just in break glass in case of emergency.
He's probably had 0 reps with the ones.
Yeah, dog.
You know I mean,
throw Desmond in one last time, and say, dog, see if you can keep not your starting job. I think we passed that, but see if you can be a backup to learn some more, to sit behind the veteran, to maybe see if it's something there. And I think you give him one last go at it. And like John said, he did this before. Like I said, if you remember, I was dragging him till he beat the Saints. And then I came on show and said, I haven't got nothing. No, I'm not doing that. You beat the Saints, boy. You good with me. It's like beating up the bully who was picking on me. Shout out to you, sir. So I say you start Desmond, man. And that's no disrespect to Taylor, but Taylor played God awful on Sunday.
I think any other situation, I think, that like any other team would not start Taylor again this week after that. Like, I get that, look, I mean, at least Arthur left himself an out by saying that, with the situation could change. What the plan was to start Taylor the rest. Well, the situation might have changed, dude. Like that was terrible. So
and he could blame the injury too.
You could use the injury, say like we just don't trust it, whatever like he did with the concussion thing with Desmond. So if he wants to use that, that's fine. I mean, it doesn't, dude. It's the last week. It doesn't matter. You need to win the game for yourself. You need to win the game. So I think your best chance is probably
you can pull half and half if you want. That sweet tea and and was lemonade honor for him. He could pull half and half. I don't care.
Yeah,
You could play
right.
Taylor first half. Just win the game, beat the Saints,
Yep.
and get in the playoffs. I would like to go to the playoffs, but like even if we lose and we get a higher draft pick, to me it means better chance at a quarterback.
Yep.
So I like again to be mad on Sunday. The only thing you should be mad about on Sunday is you will endure some dragging.
Right.
Oh, you better not be on Instagram or Twitter. You're gonna get and you should give it because we gave it to them. It's only fair. It's only fair. You should get it if we lose. And shout out to the Georgia State cheerleaders because they actually met me at the strip club the other day. We had a great time and everything went well. And it could have went horrifically bad, but we actually had a great time together. They met me. They did not warn me. They tricked me. They tricked me. And but we did meet at the strip club. We had a great time. So Johnny Yates got a Georgia State repping Georgia State. The Georgia State football. Johnny Yates got the T-shirt on, so I just wanted to shout them out real quick. Shout out to Georgia State, man. Great school.
It is, damn it, it is. Yeah, and Liam just reminded me. Shout out to my son Liam. That Baker was limited too with his ribs thing, so there's a chance that he doesn't even. There's a chance that Kyle Trask starts for the Bucks.
Thank you, Liam. I did not know that.
If that happens, there's a good damn chance the Panthers could make that happen. You know, I don't know. Who knows, man? It's gonna be fun Sunday. Regardless, it's gonna be a fun day, man. Regardless of what happens. I guess.
You know what's hilarious? He is way more informed than me than Atlanta. Like, let me tell you something. I learn about stuff live on show. Like, that's how busy my life is. I don't get no news. I don't just nothing. I'm like Lil Wayne. That's the closest thing you can get. I'm in my own world 100% of the time. I get on the show and then John tell me stuff. I'm learning with y'all. I'm like, who hurt? He not playing. And
we're almost in the same boat, dude.
That we still had a chance to make the playoffs. I did not know that.
Yeah, we're almost in the same boat because normally I try to do as much research as I can and other reach and get on. I've barely been on Twitter. I've barely been. I mean, sleeping hasn't been a thing. We talked about it on the last show. It's just been the sleep. I mean, with the puppy
it was the holidays, and then because it's the holidays, it seemed like the work get backed up, and your home life get backed up. So you got to catch up everything, and that's all we was doing. Is we was kind of catching up and getting the new year started, and it's a lot going on right now. So.
Yeah. So, and if you guys recall in game 1 against the Saints, Jesse Bates obviously picked off Derek Carr for a touchdown, and that wasn't does he pick him off twice? I can't remember exactly what happened, but I know for sure the first one. And honestly,
he got him twice.
But honestly, that's what
I forgot.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, but that was a big reason we won. I mean, like it was like having that defensive lead because it was, it was a close game, like most of the games are with the Saints. I don't expect this one to be any different. Like I say that I didn't expect to get blown out by the Bears because that should have been a close game too. But I do think that the defense having that performance that they had is going to be hungry to bounce back this week. Just knowing the guys on that defense, the pride those guys have, Calais, Onyemata, Jesse, Caden, everybody on that defense has a ton of pride. I mean, AJ got cooked by DJ Moore. Like all those guys are going to come back this week, and not only because it's the Saints, but they're going to want to show out and show up strong and go out on a high note. If in fact it's our last game, they want to go out on a high note. So I do expect a better game from them. Regardless, I know Derek Carr's been playing better as of recent. Again, we said on Tuesday, Chris Olave is still the biggest concern on offense as far as, especially if Kamara's not playing, because Olave he's had a great season. I think he's over 1,000 yards now, 84 receptions, which we don't have a 1,000-yard receiver, which shouldn't be shocking if you've seen our passing game. So to me, man, it's like, if we can, and every week it boils down to running the ball for us, right? If we can run the ball successfully and take the pressure off our quarterback, then we'll be in good shape. And the Saints have been up and down with that. Some weeks they're really good against the run. Some weeks they get gashed by the run. We gash them pretty good. So like if we can repeat that, that'll help out whoever the quarterback is tremendously. Because as we've seen, if we have to put the game on the quarterback, that does not end well for us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our biggest thing. And for the Saints, they're trying to score because they're trying to get us out of running the football. So the more they can run it up and get, score in every possession, that's going to be their I would expect going to be their idea to how they're going to win the game is to keep our offense having to throw the ball. So, I think what would you say? I said 18-17. I think you said you remember the score you said?
I said low. I said what I say? Something like 14-10 or something. It was
that's
low.
right. Yeah, I think it
Yeah, I
was.
said 14-10. And the only thing I'm scared, I don't think people get the skill Chris Olave has. He's one of the best receivers in the sport of football, and he's been that since he came in. Like, that dude is unreal. And if we don't stop him, like if he get to going, it's over. Because like John said, if they start scoring and we got a match, like it's over. So you gotta stop him. That's the thing. Chris Olave is the key to the game because I don't think Kamara will play. I think if he does, he'll be like a decoy. He's injured, man. He would have been at practice. He's injured. But Chris is something else. Just go watch the film.
Yeah.
Chris is something else. And if you hear me give the Saints player some props, he really earned it. Chris Olave is one of the best receivers in the sport.
He went.
I don't know how, because he looked like he weighed 90 pounds. I don't even know how he's doing this, but that dude is unreal. Like, so we gotta stop Chris.
Yeah, he was 7 for 114 yards in the first game, and that was y'all remember he got concussed and had to leave the game.
Yes,
that's before that all happened.
That's before. Can you just imagine if he would have finished? So he's man.
The final was 24-15. Derek Carr was 24 for 38, still threw for 300 yards. And it was only the one pick against Jesse. Kamara was 15 for 69 yards. So Taysom Hill, we kind of kept him in check for the first time in a long time. And
I was for the first time I can remember. Yeah.
And then Jesse forced that fumble. That's what happened. On close to the goal line there. So, if not for a couple of big defensive plays, who knows how that game turns out? But so for
we
us,
need that again. Like just 2 or 3 defensive plays.
Yeah, so
Man,
we ran.
You know what? It's kind of sad that we always got to say, in order for us to really win, our defense have to score a touchdown.
Yeah, and we ran for 228 yards.
That's what we need to do again.
Desmond only threw for Desmond only threw for 168 yards because he didn't have to throw very much, and he still threw 2 picks. Even with that, so it's like damn. But
let me tell you what it's like, though. You just have to throw 15 times, and you still manage to throw like, come on.
But so. But like I said, that's kind of what it boils down to, man. It's simple, and it's there's not we could sit here and talk more, dissect it in and out. But that's really that's it, man. That's as simple as, because that's how simple kind of our offense is. If we don't run well, we typically don't win. At least with this current situation. So we just gotta hope we run well. We gotta hope that the boys are out there run blocking like they always have been. Or for the most part, like they have been. And like I said, on defense, they gotta strap up, man. They got to come back from that shitty performance and get after Derek, and getting pressure on Derek is big because he will make some mistakes. He'll try to force some ball sometime. So hopefully the injury to Harrison's not too bad, because Harrison's been coming on strong these last few games, which is great to see from a rookie. So hopefully he's able to get out there and make some impact, and Ed Buchetti and and shout out to Calais, man. Like, Calais has been everything we hoped he would be this year,
and more.
And stepping in for Grady when he went down, and just moving all over the line. Just hell of it. I hope he comes back next year. One more year. I hope he comes back.
Just him teaching. I'm gonna tell you what I saw, and I was blown away. See, I pay attention to dumb shit. Okay, I pay attention to. And what anything I was paying attention to, I don't know if anyone saw, or it was on back-to-back plays. On one play, he was teaching somebody how to do the dirty bird. So I was like, that's cool. The very next play, he had him on the sideline. See, that's fun. That's all fun and games. We're gonna have fun. On the very next play, he was on the sideline with the iPad, showing him, this is what we do. You're priceless, man. That's a coach on the field.
Yep. And even earlier in the season,
we're gonna have fun with it and we're gonna learn. But here's what where you was supposed to be, and this is it. He had the very next play they showed him. It was on the sideline, and he was showing the defense like he was coaching up, he was teaching, and that's priceless. That's priceless, dog. And he just seemed like the best dude and just a giant. I understand he a little older. He be getting up slow. He scared me sometimes. But just seemed like a good dude, like a goofy. It's like Shaq almost, like just a goofy, happy guy that's a monster in person on the field, but great for the team, great for the morale of the team. When you wasn't here when we was doing the Dirty Bird, but to teach that is like, we're gonna have some fun with this. I thought that was awesome. He was showing them how to do it, and he did it perfectly. How did you learn how to do it, sir?
Killed it.
Because you just got here, you killed it, then taught it, but then on the very next play was back to business. Hey man, pay attention real quick. I want to show you something. That's awesome. And shout out to Caden Ellis too. I hate Saints. So when we bring Saints, I don't want them ever. I take it that serious. That dude is better than I could have ever imagined he would be with Atlanta. He's outperformed what I expected. Both of them have.
Watch if y'all haven't seen the mic'd up with Caden. Have you seen it yet?
I saw that. I did watch that. That was dope. Yeah.
Dude, him and Jesse, like they have the connection like this, man. Like Jesse's running the back and Caden's got the linebackers in the line, man, and they are on it. Like they are on it. And to seeing his interaction with Nate, with Lamon, I mean, like it's awesome. I mean, he was a great pickup. Yamato was a great pickup. Just the defense in general. I mean, it was just, like I said, it was good. And they had a shitty game on Sunday. Not going to be perfect. It is what it is. They're going to get cooked. It's going to happen. And credit the Bears, man. I mean, like they just took advantage of it. They were smart with how they used DJ Moore and good stuff. So.
And I want to say this too. This is my hot dog. If they cause me to do one, is going to be more on the attitude of my team, because this is going to prove to me where you're at mentally. Because it pissed me off. The main thing that made me mad last game was that the playoffs was on the line and y'all was playing like it was exhibition. And I have no understanding of that. Like, you would give this performance with the whole season on the line. That's unreal. And so to have it now, but this is it. If you lose, you're out. Guarantee. If you lose, it's done. So now I understand if you win, you still got to get help. But if you lose, it's done. So it's like, I want to see how the defense. I want to see how the offense come out. I want to see if Desmond Ridder come out with a laser sharp. That dude has been great when we need, like, dog, you're back against the wall. So let's see if he do that one more time, and let's see if the offensive line come out like that, if the coaching come out like, it's people's jobs on the line. It's millions of dollars on the line now. Will you be in the NFL, or will you be at Lowe's stocking your strong big dudes? Hey, dog, we need her to pull her van up and you put the wood in there. Are you gonna be at Lowe's or Home Depot? You know who owns Home Depot, right?
That's right.
He could get you right in there. That's a seamless transition.
Yep.
Right. So that's important to me, man. Come out and play. And even if y'all lose, if y'all come out and play hard, I will not have no issue. If that game is close and y'all play y'all ass off, I'm not gonna drag y'all on Sunday. But if y'all on Sunday or Monday, but if y'all come out and do what y'all did last week, I'm gonna give it to y'all like I never gave it to y'all on Monday, because you would deserve it. You have pissed me off, wasted the whole season, and you embarrassed me. I talked the most trash. I said we was going to the Super Bowl, and everybody else, if you remember, everybody was like 8 to 10. 8 to 10. You remember? And I was saying we going undefeated to the Super Bowl, and y'all will have humiliated me. I'm gonna drag you for doing that, but I got faith that they'll show up, because it's the Saints.
Yeah.
It's the Saints. So the Saints usually get their best effort.
Yeah, I do too. And they'll whether they're playing for art or themselves or what, it doesn't
Mhm,
matter. It doesn't matter. So last game in, they got to put it all on the line and get after it. So
mhm,
that's bottom line. And yeah, and one more thing on Calais too. Earlier in the season, y'all saw. I don't know if y'all saw him, but he was helping Harrison out after the practice too. Like Zach would stay after practice and he'd help him
mhm.
with hand placement, moves, whatever. Just awesome, man. It's great to see. And one more thing, yeah, Bijan should pass, like we talked about on Tuesday. He should pass William Andrews tomorrow for most rookie all-purpose yards for the Falcons. So that'll be a good thing that happens because,
Mhm.
like I said, barring anything terrible,
Man,
that's
bro,
but
I don't know
yeah,
how man Uncle Steve feel about that. He love William Andrews.
he sure does. That's his
He
boy.
love
Yeah,
William Andrews. He made me. I don't. Let me tell you. I don't even know who that. I didn't even know who that was. So I adore. That's my favorite part of being a fan of the Falcons is the older dudes.
hmm
Because I feel like I know everything about my team until I'm talking to them, and then I feel like a kid. When I'm
exactly.
talking to Uncle Steve and I'm talking to Smitty and them, I'll be thinking I'm the man till I start talking to them. And then I'll be like, who? And they be
Yep.
like, yeah, he kind of led the league. I was like, oh, I sound like an idiot. And I did not know who that was. And that was a bad man. And yeah, and I didn't know Gerald Riggs. To me, he was a Washington Redskin. He played for the Atlanta Falcons.
Sure did.
And
Sure did.
that's crazy. I didn't know that. So you got to go back and see that old. And we have statistically, this what the old guy taught me. Statistically, we have the best defense of all time.
What?
It's like not the Ravens, like we all call it was. It was a team that the Falcons had that statistically was like the greatest defense. These are all things I don't know, but they send me links, and I'm like, who is this? And I didn't know that we had a stadium before the Georgia Dome. It was called Fulton,
Fulton
whatever.
County Stadium. Yeah,
Yeah, Fulton County. I'm like, where was that even at?
it was
Where
in
was
the
that at,
parking.
John?
It was the parking lot of Georgia State Stadium or Turner Field. So that was right next door, basically. Like, yeah,
Oh,
they built
okay.
Turner Field right next to it. But yeah, I went to multiple Braves and Falcons games at at Fulton County Stadium.
Was it raggedy or it was like a good
It was a
stadium?
nice stadium. It was it's old. It was older,
Yeah.
I mean, but it had I mean, it was still like an early part of the season. They still had the baseball dirt on there, like
Oh
from the
man.
Braves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it was. I
But
like going
I
there.
just
I actually liked
I
it better than Turner Field. Turner Field was built for the Olympics, and it was retrofitted
yeah,
for
yeah,
baseball, and it was just not it wasn't my
mhm,
favorite, park.
yeah.
But yeah, it was right next door though.
Shout out to
But yeah,
them, the old guys. Shout out to the old guys,
damn right.
man.
Damn
I
right, man.
love them.
Love the old guys. All right. So that's pretty much it on the Saints, man. I mean, like I said, we already went through the keys to success. We know what we have to do to win the game. We know what's on the line, whether we win the game or not. Um, both teams, if they have any pride at all, which we know they do, and
Mhm,
throw the rivalry on top of it, it should be a nasty fucking game, dude. They
mhm.
really should. Like it should
I
be a
want it
fun
to
one to
be.
watch. I do too. It should be a fun one. There should be some attitude, some fucking fire from these guys on both sides. There should be some roughing penalties. There should be there's all kinds of shit going on in this game.
And we live
So
streaming the second half.
damn right. And we'll be keeping tabs. I've got NFL Plus, so we keeping tabs on
Mhm.
the Bucks and the
Yes.
Panthers as well as that's going along too. So we'll see, man. We just like I said, we thank you guys for hanging with us all year long for these previews and the recaps. And we're not done. Obviously, we're not done yet, but it's been not the season we wanted, man. It's not been what we wanted to talk about. And we've tried, and we're fans, so we get emotional too. We try not to, like
Mhm,
Mike said, drag them every week and just kind of
mhm,
go off the deep end because it's still our team. They're human beings. They're not going out there trying to shit the bed like they're
yeah.
trying their best. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Art included. They're all like it's
Mhm,
it's a sport. It's a game. It's not. I mean, it's real life, but damn it, like y'all have to
mhm,
kind of just take it with a grain of salt, man. Like
mhm,
you're going to. They're not affecting my paycheck or whether
mhm,
or not I'm going to sleep good.
mhm,
Well, sometimes they affect whether I sleep good or
mhm,
not. But I mean, it's y'all just got to take it for what it is, man. It's your favorite team is a sport, so
mhm.
you can't get too overboard with it.
And just to add on to that, y'all got to realize that you're not as good at your job as you believe you are. And but the difference is there's not millions of people critiquing your performance. Can you imagine
Every week.
if millions of people will watch you? I don't care what you do for a living. Just imagine if
Hey, look,
millions of
hey
people.
Bob, I've got this video of you last week. Every day.
Yeah.
I've seen you
Yeah,
play
I
Tetris
mean,
every day
every
from
little mistake you made, a million people was
yeah,
pointing out at your job. That's unfair almost, but it's the position they put themselves in.
for
So we
sure.
don't feel sorry for them, but
No.
you also got to understand, like John said, bro, that's a human being who make a mistake. Just say you try your best and you make a mistake. And then there's 3 million people like, oh, you dumb mother, you piece of and you just thinking, I thought wrong. I thought he would be open. I didn't know that the
Yeah.
safety would come up. I didn't see him, and
Mhm.
y'all won't let him breathe. So y'all just gotta kind of understand that. Like I said, I see any of these dudes, I'm buying them a beer. We
Yeah,
are always
understood.
I buy you a beer. I don't hate none of them, man. It's just frustrating to see repeatedly losing, but
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I
Now,
don't want
yeah,
y'all to hate any of them, bro. These are jokes. This is not that serious. These are regular people who are trying to do a job to the best of their ability, and sometimes the best of their ability is not good enough. It's still trash. You could
yeah.
be at the best of your ability and still be missing the shot. So
And
uh there's nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna still buy him a beer or try to, high five him if I see him in the street.
the guys lining up against them are getting paid heavily as well,
Yeah.
and they're also good at their jobs. So
Mhm.
sometimes they're going to win some, they're going to lose some. You know, that's
Can you
how
imagine
that
if
goes.
you was
And
trying to make copies at work and somebody was getting paid to block you from the copy? Like, you just imagine if you had opposition, if you had to make 20 calls today and somebody was every time you picked the phone, it was somebody's job to hang it up.
smack you in the
Like,
damn face
yeah,
with your
like
hand.
yeah, like dog, and if you didn't call, if you didn't like overcome that, millions
Right.
of people was gonna get on you. Like, bro, this is unfair.
Mhm.
So it has to be lighthearted. It has to be jokes because you're not in that position. So you
Yeah.
got to be a fan, and you can critique them all you want.
Oh,
Believe me,
100%.
drag them when they mess up. But at the end of the day, you got to realize, man, that's somebody with kids. That's
Yep.
somebody with a wife. So don't be calling them out their name or be threatening them or saying especially uh slang little things, man. It's no need for none of that. We ain't got no time for that.
No, yeah, I hope y'all understand. I'm not saying like just be hunky dory no matter what happens. Because
No.
if y'all seen my tweets on Sunday, y'all know I
Yeah.
get a pissed off and emotional. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like,
Mhm.
so no, I'm not saying that. I get angry. Mike and I both get angry with them
Yes.
every year, and but like Mike said, after you calm down and relax a little bit, you know,
It's funny.
you move on. You move
Yeah.
on. That's all.
Man,
But
John and me, to our credit, was laughing on Sunday. We had
100%.
completely checked out by the first quarter. Me and John was checked out of that game at the first quarter, and we was laughing. We thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you could do, man. Like,
Yeah, that's all you
what
do.
at this point, there's just no point in getting mad and getting angry and throwing shit. There's no point. So,
Mhm.
anyway, so that's the preview for the Saints, man. And we'll go ahead and jump right into underrated, overrated, because we haven't done underrated, overrated, or any of our shit, any of our games in a while. Because we just,
Let,
like we said, man, this holiday schedule has been crazy. So we're gonna have some fun. And I know folks enjoy underrated, overrated. So, Mike, you want to kick it off, buddy? You want me to do
let's
it?
let, let me kick it off. Let's
Let's
get
go,
back
buddy.
to our roots. Me and Johnny Yates getting back to our roots. It's no chat, but this is how we used to do this long ago. No
Yep.
chat, plenty of games. So let's go. I'm gonna kick it off with an underrated. I'm going coming hot out the gate with Phil Collins. I probably
Oh,
did
I
this
love it.
before, but
Let me,
Phil
let me.
Collins is one of the greatest artists of all time. I mean, Phil Collins just don't miss his albums. Are ridiculous. His love songs are ridiculous. The man is. I was a child or not alive when he was. So I don't. But I wish I could have saw Phil Collins live. Phil Collins can do no, and he could play a lot of instruments.
Sure
He has
can.
a beautiful daughter. If y'all seen a show called what is it, Emily in Paris? His
Hilarious.
daughter is the main character of that show.
Mhm.
That's Phil Collins. Her name is Lily Collins. She's a great she's a great actress, and I love that show. That's one of my favorite shows. But Phil Collins, man, you ever just in the mood to relax and chill out? It's not even if you whatever mood you in. If you feel like getting up and dancing, Phil Collins. Oh, you sad and you want to cry? Phil Collins. Oh, are you in love? Phil Collins. Oh, you driving,
Dude.
trying to relax? Phil Collins. Oh, you just tripping in the house by yourself? Phil Collins. Like Phil Collins got music.
It's like a damn infomercial.
Everything.
Yeah, dude.
Everything. The man got album after album after album. His band behind him is a ridiculous band live. I've seen them live on YouTube. I got their live album. Phil Collins is ridiculous. So underrated. Phil Collins. I don't even know if he still sing. I don't know if he's in good health. I haven't seen Phil Collins. I don't know. He don't do interviews. I have no idea what this man is doing right now. But he got to be up there with the legends. He should be on Mount Rushmore. Underrated Phil Collins.
Dude, I love that because it's that's literally like one of my mom's favorite singers of all time. So I heard him all the time growing up, like all the time. And I loved it. I was like, man, when I heard In the Air tonight, I was like, oh, this is the shit.
The drum, the drum come in.
Yeah. And you know what? He actually put out this year, he put out the exact time you need to start the song. So when it struck midnight to 2024, the drum
part kicked in. That is awesome. Damn, I wish I would have. Yeah.
You put that out there. So like, dude, and no lie, man. I'm looking at these albums right now. I had, was it Both Sides, I think, or Serious? Yeah, I think it was Both Sides, whatever it was, 1990, whatever it was. I had a cassette tape and I listened to that fucking thing all the time, dude. And it had that. I mean, dude, I listened to it all the time. It was fantastic. Yeah,
whatever
I love that, dude.
mood you in, Phil Collins.
Yeah, man, I love that. That's great. All right, so for me, overrated, man, availability. And yeah, and this is why, because
that, Johnny Yates.
Because back in the day, man, and I sound old saying that, but back in the day, before like cell phones and fucking, you were attached to everything all the time. Like if you didn't go to work or whatever, you know, there was no chance the boss was going to get a hold of you because you didn't have a cell phone, and he might paid you, but fuck it, what good does that do? Because you can't call anybody with a pager.
Yeah.
You might call the house, like for me, you know, in high school working, like you might call the house and ask the parents, like, hey, you know, where's John? He didn't show up for work today. Well, I don't know. He ain't been around here. Like, there's no chance of you getting in touch with me to come in. And there's no way I can say, hey, I can't come in today, you know? So, but now with our jobs in particular, you can get emails all the time of the day. Like, hey, I need a status on this. I need a status on this. Hey, can you help me on this? And no, I can't because it's fucking midnight. Like, you know, it's like there's got to be times for this shit where you can get in touch with me. Like, I don't want to be available 24 hours a day. I'm not on call. I'm not a goddamn doctor. I'm not a lawyer. You know, any of those things. So like, I've got the email, and credit Amanda because she also works from home too. She does not have her work email on her phone and refuses to put it on her phone. She's like,
genius.
She's like, I'm not answering this shit past a certain time.
I
don't want to hear. If on the weekend, I'm not touching it. You know, if we're at baseball or something like that, no, you know, I don't care. You know, and that it is because people, if you respond, they start getting like, oh, well, I can, you know, and then it starts just piling up that you can just, you know, and like, I'm all about working and working hard, but there's got to be a limit, and there's got to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to have fun with life and, you know, not all be attached to work all the time, you know? So
I love it.
Being available, man, a little bit overrated, man.
That's a good one, Johnny Yates. I love it. I'm gonna come with an overrated myself. I'm gonna go hard with this one. This women's innocence. Okay. And here's why I'm saying that's overrated. I just recently had the experience. I think that dudes are when you're kind to a female, I don't care if it's innocent, you're viewed as you're being kind for a reason. You know why you held the door, and you know why you gave her a compliment, you know why you being nice. Is you trying to weasel your way into something, right? But women are just as creepy, okay, and just as predatory. I was just telling John the other day, man, I've had a few experiences on TikTok where I was trying to create a skit with a person, and they was trying to, where they don't want to do. It's like it will be the same way a dude would that you expect a dude to be. I'm just saying, hey, if you do your part, you can send it to me. And the girl was telling me, no, we have to meet up to get this done. Why? I don't have to meet you to do the skit. If I could do my part, you could do yours, and you could send it to me. We don't have to meet. Oh yeah, we do have to meet. So it's almost like I don't want to help. And this person got way more followers than me. I'm not going to help you if we So I'm thinking like, okay. And then the second person I give my phone number to, the same scenario, is playing on my phone, playing like, yeah, you saying all this time. I'm like, man, can we do a skit? And the same thing happened. Like, it's kind of like, I won't help you if we can't. I'm thinking like, what is hell is going on? And I don't think we view girls like that. We just view men to do that. But girls do a little P. Diddy in their damn self. I just wanted to put that out there. They do a little Harvey Weinstein, P. Diddy in their damn self when they in positions of power. Because I've had it happen to me. It's an uncomfortable feeling like they won't help me unless I meet them somewhere or they can come over my house. That's ridiculous. So I have no skits to show for all the hard work I've been doing. I have no skits to show because I won't put out. How about that? So I just think
buddy.
that
That's a shame.
Yeah, so just know that they're capable of being just as wrong and just as creepy as men. So women's innocence, overrated.
Yeah, that's a solid one. So I'll go with underrated, man. Watching film on your team and
Underrated.
underrated, yeah,
Okay.
100%. Because, and I've never done it until this year. Like,
Yeah.
we never paid for NFL Plus or anything like that to get the all 22. We watched the games back after you watch it the first time, but you still don't see everything. You just watch it back so you kind of have, you can have a better idea when we do the shows and everything. But and I'm not saying it should be a requirement or anything like that, but if you are a real fan, man, and you have time, it's eye opening, dude. It's really eye opening to watch. Even if you ain't got to be a coach, you don't have to have played the sport. You have to understand the sport clearly, but like just because you may come out, like I said, I went into some of these film reviews with an idea in my head of what I think I'm going to see and come out with a completely different idea. Or that idea just gets kind of just warped a little bit, or you see things that, you just wouldn't have seen, on the tape or even seen it live, So, it can make you a better fan in some instances. And, it can just, I don't know, it puts a whole different perspective on watching games and watching your team. So, if you have the opportunity and you have NFL Plus, I highly recommend it. And it's quick, it's fast. It's like you can go through it. If you just want to watch the offense, you can just go fast forward to the defense and you're right to the offense. If it's easy. You can go back and record, or go back and rewind, and see stuff over and over and over again, and you can either prove yourself wrong or right. And yeah, I love it, man. But yeah, underrated, man. Watching the film.
And if you don't have that, just watch John.
There you
On
go.
all 22. It is eye opening because, like John said, is you think you can see everything. You saw the game like everybody else, and you even watched it twice. You know what you saw. Till you see all 22, and then you be like, well, I didn't see what I thought I saw on Sunday. Like I can't even believe my own eyes sometimes. So it is eye opening. So that was a good one, buddy. I got one. I'm gonna say underrated is being fine with whatever outcome. Huh? That's underrated. The people ask me, like, why are you in a good mood all the time? Like, no matter, because it'd be chaos happening. It'd be people dying that y'all don't need. If I will just have heard somebody passed away, and I'll get on and be joking. And the reason why is I'm content with any circumstance. I'm just content with it. I don't care that much to have everything be perfect or everything be away. However it is, I plan to enjoy it. So it's times where I have some money to spend and I enjoy that. It's times where I don't have money to spend and I enjoy that. It's times where I'm around people and I'm good, and it's times when I'm lonely. And I enjoy both of those. And it's times where I eat good and times I eat bad. I enjoy both of those. It's times where I'm sober and I'm not sober. I enjoy both of those. I don't care. I don't it doesn't I'm not so set on the set of circumstances to be away that I'm not happy until that happens. I'm happy in any set of I'm content in any set of circumstances, no matter what. So I'm not tied to the end of the result. I'm not tied to that, to where if it don't happen how I want it to happen, I'm drooping, I got attitude. I'm content in any set of circumstances. Whatever happens today, I'll be fine with it.
And you just move on.
If you can, and I want to say this, if you have to train satisfaction. I think that people have it in their mind that if everything aligns perfectly, then I'll be sad. But that's a trained thing. You have to train yourself to be satisfied, with what you have now. I'm gonna tell you something. If you're not satisfied with the car you have now, and you got a dream car in your mind, if you got that dream car, it'll be all 2-3 months before you felt the same way about that car that you do about your car. Because, like, man, now it's kind of old, and I want a Ferrari now. You've trained yourself to be dissatisfied. I always want the next thing. Whatever apartment you in now, are you satisfied with that? Because you got to be satisfied with that one first, and then you get that big beach house. But you should not. You be satisfied with what you have. If you got a small TV, as long as it's color, you good.
Mm-hmm.
And you be satisfied with that until you get the big TV. You save your money, but you don't stare at your TV mad and then just be mad at the TV. You're training it, because then that's the same state of being that you'll be in with the big TV. Man, I thought I had a big TV until I went over John's house. I went over John's house. It looked like a movie theater in the living room. I couldn't believe it. I thought I had I don't even know the size of my TV, but it's a big TV. I went over John's house. It looked like 2 of my TVs. But it don't make me come home and be like, you know what, this piece of shit ass TV. It don't You're happy with what you have. Like, be happy with what you have. Train yourself to satisfaction. So that's a whole lot of people ask me why I'm always in a good mood. That's just because whatever it is, I'll be satisfied with. I'm content in any situation with any set of circumstances. I'm satisfied.
That's fucking awesome. I love that. That's awesome. Mine has gonna seem a little less intense with that. Underrated, man. Beards, man. Beards, because I shaved mine.
I
I just
love
had
it,
the
Johnny.
goatee. I don't. I
You don't like it?
as Arthur Smith said, he immediately regretted it when he shaved it. I immediately, as soon as I fucking put the razor down, I was like, God damn, I should not have done.
Why did you shave it?
I was just bored. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm getting tired of trimming it. I'm like, let me just shut this shit off. I'll just do the goatee.
Yeah.
And by a minute, I was like, this looks like shit. No, I don't like this at all. And so I'm asking Amanda, I'm like, do you like this better? She's like, it looks a little long. Maybe this is a little weird looking here. And I'm like, see, like, at least she's honest. Like, she wasn't like, oh, I love it, you know. And she can be fucking honest. I ain't gonna worry about that. And then Liam didn't notice it till like the longer day. He was like, hey, your face is different. I'm like, yeah, I know, yeah, it is. It's not. I don't like it. So I'm just gonna let it grow back. So yeah, underrated beards. And I'll pop into another one real quick because that was kind of just off the cuff. Overrated, man, and this is going to be important going into this off season. Okay. Sources. Y'all are going to go on Twitter.
Okay, that's a good one, Johnny.
Everywhere, and y'all going to see sources. My sources say, I heard this source say, look, man, there are accounts out there throwing shit out there just to get engagement. And they have no idea. It literally has no, like, I could go out there and tweet tomorrow, hey, I've got an important source next to the Falcons that so-and-so can be the head coach. And all of a sudden it gets retweeted and then gets retweeted and then gets retweeted. And it's got 50,000 likes and then ESPN is talking about it, and I have no base for it whatsoever. And there are accounts out there like
that's a good one.
So y'all got to be careful and when you see something that says my sources say, just take it with a grain of salt. That's why I said that Bieniemy stuff, that Belichick stuff, we're just talking about it because it's out there. But trust me, there's not 1 ounce of me that wholeheartedly believes that it's 100% true because it's just not. It's just there's the guys that sometimes, and in today's atmosphere around the media, it's not about who's right, man. Who's first? Everybody wants to be first, and then they're wrong, and then they have to apologize. My bad. I put my journalistic integrity at risk, and I will not do this again. And I hope you can forgive me and move on. So that shit happens every time, every year it happens. So sources, buddy, just watch out for those sources, and y'all just chill. Don't get too up, don't get too down. When the move happens, we'll all know about it. We'll all talk about it, and it'll be fine. So
that's a great one. That is a golden one. That's gold. I got one. I say overrated. I'm gonna go really ham with this one. Friends. I'm gonna say overrated as Friends. I'm gonna tell you why.
Goodness.
I've gotten more support from complete strangers with my creative projects than I have from my friends. I can see who views my stuff on TikTok. I can see it'll show you. And sometimes I have watched several of my real friends view everything I do and having like nothing, or they like once in the blue moon, but they view everything. There is no support at all. Like they view it and don't like it complete strangers will write you a paragraph encouraging you to keep going because
Right.
you know, like
Right.
complete strangers will who can we do? Hopefully hopeful.
Yeah.
Complete stranger to us.
Mhm.
Complete stranger. More supportive than some of my best friends I had my whole life.
100%
True
true.
story. So I'm gonna tell you what I was taught to do is when you do anything creative, you don't tell your friends, you put it out. You don't put it out for your friends. Like I did this, so I'm gonna show you don't do that. You just put it out in the world and you let the world deal with it because your friends, but that's kind of why I say overrated. I've watched so many of my friends, and I'm not the type to care, so it ain't gonna ever be like the thing with me and my friends. But I pay attention to stuff like that, and I do take it personal. I just don't care that much. So, but I do be like, damn, because there are people, them same people, don't have a creative project, or they do, and I'm not even a real fan of it to be honest. But I like every time they come across my screen, I hit the like button. Because that's the type of friend I am. If my friend doing something, I don't care if you can't sing. I'm gonna hit the like button every time you come up because you my man or you my homegirl. I'm gonna support whatever. I don't care if you got an ice cream truck. I'm gonna go get I don't even eat. I'm gonna go get some ice cream and throw it in the trash. I'm gonna spend $1 with you. I'm gonna support whatever you do 100% of the time. But I have no understanding why when my stuff come up, you will look at it and be like, I ain't gonna hit the like button. I'm gonna just scroll on to the next. Then when you see it again, I ain't gonna hit it. I'm gonna just watch it. I ain't gonna hit it. When what I do is whenever you come up, before I even watch it, click. I haven't even watched it to see if it was good yet. Just you, my man, click. That's the type of person I don't understand how to be anything other than that. So that's why I say friendship is overrated. I don't even know the motive. I don't claim to try to get behind the perspective. Again, I don't care that much. It's 1 like or 2 likes. I don't mind. But I'm very curious to be like, I don't know if that's I don't know if that's like evil, if you hating. I don't know what to call that. I don't understand that energy, but that's why I said it's overrated. You'll get more support. I've got more support from this podcast and the content that we drop from complete strangers than I have my own friends and people that are really close to me that I thought was close to me in my life. Like that is an insane thing. And so shout out to strangers and friends overrated.
I've not even thought about it that way, but you're 100% right. Even on my side too, same thing. Yeah, that's hilarious. All right, my last one, man. Underrated personal time. Your own what it can be like.
Love
Working
it.
out, specifically working out, because we're going to talk about that. Because it's New Year, everybody makes New Year's resolutions, whether you want to lose weight,
I was going to ask you to do
shape.
this, Johnny Yates, for the new year. I forgot. I'm glad you brought this up.
So everybody wants to do, not everybody, but that's probably the most common one is get healthy, eat better, work out, whatever. So, and some of y'all know, I'm like a social media rep for Gym Supplement Science, right? So shameless plug for Gym Supplement Science, which by the way, if you do go to gymsupplementscience.com, you can enter his Jim's New Year's challenge and you can win 25 grand if you actually win. So you can basically, you do his programs, whatever, supplements are there if you want it, and that's essentially, I'm not going to go into detail because it's just, y'all can go to the website and check it out. But I'll put the website in the description of the video as well. But if you want the supplements, yeah, that's great. Whether it's pre-workout, post-workout, protein, vitamins, alpha for testosterone for guys, whatever. Like they've got everything. It's healthy stuff. I've been taking it for since it came out 2013, 14. And it's great stuff. So if you use my name, John, JOHN, at checkout, it'll save you some money. That's at gymsups.com. Again, I'll put that in the link. But I just use that basically all as an ad there. But I just want to get it out there because it's important, man. They have a Facebook page, the Gym Army page. It's a group and dude, it's the most supportive group of folks. It doesn't matter what size, shape, race, it don't matter. Like if you're in that group, they're all going to support you, whatever journey you're on. You're trying to lose weight, gain weight, whatever. There's no judgment like those. That sounds like a Planet Fitness commercial, but literally there isn't. Like everybody's just there to support you, whatever your goal is, whether you're using gym supplements or not, doesn't matter. Whether you're using Jim Sapani, that's who owns it. If you're using his workout routines, doesn't matter. They're there. They're going to support you. So if you Because when I personal trained, a lot of folks I trained didn't have a good support system. Their family wasn't supportive. Their husband wasn't supportive. Their wife wasn't supportive. They had nobody. So it was tough for them to keep it going, and so that group is an amazing support. Like you can go on there, type, man, I had a great workout, I had a bad workout. You're going to get 15 responses like, oh, it's all right, keep going, blah, blah, blah. Like it'll keep you going. It'll keep you motivated. You'll see stories. You'll see like amazing weight loss journey. You'll see
They share
pictures, man. Like, get amazing just transformations altogether. Like it's just a phenomenal place to go if you need that or interested in it. I highly recommend you go there because, like I said, it's one of the best groups that's out there. The admins for that group, they will kick your ass out if you are a dick. If you are in there for the wrong reasons, you will not be in the group very much longer because it's literally there for just that, to bring people up, support them, whatever their journey may be. So that's what I recommend to y'all. And going back to what I was saying about the underrated, and so everybody's got to have their personal time, man. Whether it's working out, playing on music back here, whatever it is, like, you get in the hustle bustle working, you got the kids thing, you got, everything going on. Before you know it, man, weeks have gone by, months have gone by, and you're just tired, you're depressed or whatever. You taking no time for yourself. It could be just taking a drive, man, taking a drive and listening to some music, clearing your head, taking a walk, 20 minutes doing yoga, anything, man. Just make sure y'all take personal time for yourselves. It's important for your mental health. It's important for your physical health. Just put that part of your day, man, 20 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day. Well, it didn't matter what it is, man. But like for me, like I just got as busy as our shit has been, like I'm still working out. Like I'm going to find a time to work out because it's priority. So you got to do that, man. So if y'all ever need anything from that side of the, like, whether it's workout related, diet related, I don't mind helping y'all out. I'm not going to sit there and give you a full diet or give you a full workout. Like, don't get me wrong now, unless you talk about some, I got to pony up some shit for that. Ain't gonna be free, but I will put you in the right direction. I mean, I did go to school for that shit. I can't just give it away. But I will help. I
always tell y'all to use John. It's a free resource. He went to school for this. So if it's a food question, I don't care if you're asking, hey, doc, is this enough protein? How should I eat fruit in the morning, in the afternoon? Is it cool if I do coffee with how many sugars? You should be asking John in school. Like, don't wing it and don't Google it because you don't know the source. You can talk to somebody that went to John personal trained in Las Vegas. So that's the top tier of that whole market, and he did it for a long time at a high level. So if you want to question about reps, if you hurt and I don't know if I should take a day off, how many days should I take off, how much sleep should I be getting? These are questions that you should be even. I tell y'all this all the time. Y'all should just ask John. You don't have to wing it. You don't have to just Google it because who knows what the source is? It could be me on Google answering that question. You don't want that advice. So I always use John for that. And he got the supplements thing where you can use his name and a code. Yeah, and you can get off on that when he says that, he's not just plugging that because it's what he's tied to. It's scientifically the best brand of supplement. Scientifically proven to be the best brand without any fillers, all that bullshit in it. So I encourage y'all that's a free resource. Now we all trying to get in shape. That's a free, man. I ask him shit all the time. So like y'all need to use John for that. It's a great resource. It's a free resource. Like you said, he's not doing the whole. He did go to school for that.
I'm not giving you a full routine. No.
Yeah, so he's not gonna give you a whole routine, but ask the question, man. Really.
Yeah, I'm happy to help, man. I enjoy helping folks, man. So it's no problem at all. But like I said, but y'all can check out gymsups.com and any product you're interested in. There's a full description there. You can read about it. You can ask questions. There's support there. You can ask questions about. You can ask questions in the Gym Army group on Facebook. All that stuff's there. You'll probably start hearing ads because I need to do better about being a rep for them. So I'll probably put an ad out there here that I'm not. Like I said, I'm not a big social media. Like on Instagram, I'm supposed to be posting a lot more often. I do post, but just not as often as I should. So I'll start getting more of that stuff out there. But that's all I got for Underrated, everybody. You got any more?
I got one more. I want to do Underrated. I have to do this to start the new year. I watch a lot of people's social media content, and if it's guy or girl, I think that it's far too many people whose whole content is about their ex, or a lot of y'all just vent about how you got cheated on, or They stab you in the back a lot, and you can do this creatively so you don't seem like you so depressed and bitter. But you can do that as a skit, as a joke, as like a voiceover. You could do it through a song. You could do a Drake song. You could do a lot of this stuff, but it's too many people doing that. And I think that I was treated horrifically, and I got abused in every way you could imagine in my last relationship. And I made it a point that I wouldn't bring that to the internet. That I was not trying to spite this girl. I wasn't going to shit on her. I wasn't going to put her personal business. I could have done all that. Like I see y'all throw anything on the internet. And kind of because I did not do that, I feel like I handled it in a healthy way, in a proper way. And I didn't even rush. What I could have done, what I think all our urge is, I'm going to piss this person off. I'm going to hurry up and I'm going to show this person how less I cared about him by hurrying up to a new relationship and then put it on the internet with somebody who like look better than you. And I'm going to piss you off. I'm going to be around. Like I'm going to piss you off on purpose. And when you don't do that, I made it a point. Like I'm not doing it if I'm faking. I won't do anything just to provoke or piss. And because it's been 5 months now, I've been single for 5 months. I haven't been I didn't date, I didn't do nothing. I took care of myself. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna say I'm in love. I'm so in like right now with this girl, man, with this other girl.
So in like.
And I feel like I handled that properly. And if you handle it properly, you will be able to transition to a healthy way. And you'll go up, and it don't gotta be spiteful or it don't gotta be vengeful. I'm gonna piss you off, I'm gonna make you mad, I'm gonna put your business out there, I'm gonna provoke you in no type of way. I didn't do none of that. I just let the person have what they told me they wanted. The person at the end told me I wasn't shit, and they never liked me, and I wasn't no man, and they wanted and they preferred some. And I just let the person go. I could have fired back. Oh, I could have fired. You know me. I could have destroyed. I'm gonna let you have that. I'm not even gonna respond to you. I'm not gonna say one negative thing to you. I'm not gonna put your business out. I'm not gonna try to drag you, and I'm not gonna try to piss you off. I'm gonna heal myself. That shit broke my heart. John, no, that broke me in half. So I took time to myself. But man, doing that the healthy way, the proper way to come out on this end, I got a bidding war going, and I love every bit of it. You're damn right. The price don't went up. But I'm so in like with this one girl. I deserve this. I am in heaven right now. And I just feel like, despite what happened to y'all in a relationship, man, reserve that. It don't belong on the internet if you wrong or right. To spill all your business on the internet and try to put the person, and I don't care if they doing that to you. I haven't seen her Facebook or her Instagram. I don't even do that. But she could be trying to piss me off. I wouldn't know. I haven't seen. But I'm not engaging in none of that. And you got to make it be real. And because I was patient, because I was real with it, because I did not engage, I feel like I came out the winner in the end of that. Because she's not gonna get another one of Mike. That's you. When you leave the best, you settle for less. That's how it go. That's how it go. And there's no replacing Mike. And the one I got now, and with the one I'm doing now, it's unreal. Best relationship or best. I ain't even call it relationship. I don't want to jinx it, but the best. I'm in heaven. I'm gonna just say that, and that's why I handled it properly. So I want to tell y'all: be in emotional control of yourself and handle breakups properly, even when you get done wrong. And you'll come on the back end victorious in a healthy way. I'm better because of what happened to me. If you can add that up. I processed my own flaws in what I did wrong and how I tolerated that for too long, and how the shit I did to her that was wrong, because I was wrong in some instances. When you process all that in a healthy way, you come out better than you was because of that situation. It broke you in half, but you grow out of that, and you grow 20 times stronger, more confident, with just more knowledge, like you treat people better. You have a standard for yourself that you didn't have before. You have clarity that you didn't have before. If you don't act like a child, you will come out 20 times better if you the victim or not. And man, I did. And I didn't come on here and share my personal business. And I didn't try to drag that girl like she did me. I took the high road, and damn it, it paid off. Just wanted to share.
You were a defense that got torched and came back and shut that shit down.
Dog, shut it. They didn't score nothing. Dog, they torched me for 58. It was embarrassing. That 58, I got torched for 50. I got dragged in every possible way that you could get dragged. I got my heart broken. Every part. They broke my heart, stepped on it, stomped on it, burned it, spit on it, peed on it, like all that. And I had to take that without coming to the net and trying to vent, even though I was right.
Did a hell of a job doing that or not doing that.
I did a great job, and I just want to tell y'all it pay off on the back end if you can be in control of yourself.
100%, man. Well, guys, we're going to close it down there, man. We thought you and I talked for an hour and 40 minutes without any chat.
Without even the chat.
This shit
the
went
whole
on for
thing
2.5
that me
hours.
and John thought was going to happen was it'll be way quicker because the chat. So we're going to hurry up and do this.
God damn it.
The same amount of time, Johnny Yates.
More. It's all
over more.
How the fuck did we get longer? Oh, well.
But great show.
That was awesome. It was fun doing this way again. Missed the chat, but we'll be back, like I said, doing it live on Sunday. So you guys come and check us out on Sunday, second half. We'll probably start it right around halftime or just sometime into halftime. We'll get it going. So come pop in with us and just we'll be watching. Best case scenario, Mike will be able to come over here. We'll be together. If he has to work, we'll be. But that's the best case scenario that we'll be together watching it. Liam will probably be there watching it with us. So Kane will be probably causing havoc and all kinds of shit going on. But it'll be fun. We'll have that, and then we'll come up. We'll probably watch it down in the living room, honestly, and then we'll come up and do the show, the actual recap show in the office, so we can actually have a little bit of some kind of quiet and privacy. But anyway, guys, we appreciate y'all for watching the video tonight or this morning, whatever time you're listening or watching to it. If you can drop us a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, like we said earlier, it'd be great, man. Helps us keep growing. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you're new to the show, we do this underrated, overrated. We do it. We do in and out. We play just different games. There's a game. I've been wondering. There's just different stuff we like to do, man. Just to mix it up. Then talk about. Could be football. Could be just life. Who knows, man. We have some fun with it. So we'll do that with that. Most of the ends of not every show, but like I said, it depends on the content. If we've got plenty of stuff to talk about, sometimes we can't get to it because it's and the chat's going. So obviously this season we've had a lot to talk about with a lot of different situations. So it's just kind of been hit or miss with it. But either way, man, we appreciate y'all very much for watching. And come back on Sunday. And if you're listening to us again on Spotify, iTunes, anywhere, you can drop us a 5-star review. Much appreciate that. If you write us anything on iTunes, we will shout you out on the show. I normally check that a couple times a week just to see if anybody's put it on there. And if you want to email us, like Mike said earlier, atlfalconfancast@gmail.com. Email us anything, any ideas for the show, any questions you guys have, Falcons related, non-Falcons related. We'll be happy to read it on the show. If you want us to read it on the show, and if it's appropriate to read on the show, we will do that. That's about it, Mike. You got anything else, buddy?
No, that's it. Just thank you for your support and keep rocking with us because, again, we will be live streaming the game. And even though the season is over, me and John will have plenty more stuff. I got a lot of creative stuff coming for y'all that I've been working on. So we got a lot more stuff to go through the season and the playoffs. I don't care if we make the playoffs or not. We will have content that will cover the playoffs. We may do things with the Balt Bros, which is a Chargers podcast. And we will have still guests on the show. We will still be doing content on our YouTube, on our Instagram, on our TikTok. Still had a merchandise store. We a year-round podcast. So this don't just go for football season. And Out of Your Falcon Mind, I have to say this is the best thing about Out of Your Falcon Mind. You don't have to be an Atlanta Falcon fan to be out of your Falcon mind. Kanye West is out of his mind. I don't think he's an Atlanta fan. I think plenty of y'all are out of your Falcon mind, and you may not be an Atlanta Falcon fan. So if you just like good content, you should tune in and you should follow us because, again, you do not have to be an Atlanta Falcon fan to be out of your Falcon mind. We are a year-round podcast, and like we just proved, even when it's just me and John, we go off the rails and we go all in the personal training and breakups and all type of shenanigans. So, yes, thank you and keep rocking with us and appreciate the love on all our content because, again, we wouldn't be here without y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, Mike and I will have a pretty funny skit coming out relatively soon. So
Yes.
kind of get it.
We
We've got
something
the
coming
idea
up.
down. We'll have a joint one coming out. It's gonna be pretty funny. So keep an eye out for that. Which again, TikTok, Out of Your Falcon Mind, Instagram, Out of Your Falcon Mind, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Out of Your effing mind, man. You can follow us there. I think we're just over 1,800 followers on there. So just keep that growing. And that's where we do the majority, at least, of the updates and stuff like that for the show, and then just anything else, random stuff going on. So appreciate you guys, man. Catch you Sunday during the Saints game. Come hang out with us, have a good time, and we'll talk to you then. Mike, take us out, brother.
Out of your Falcon mind. Peace.